Evan's parents are James and Christine. Evans played soccer for 11 years, only 2 years at Jabot. His plan for next year is to attend SWIC and major in pre-engineering. Evan has only been around for 2 years, so I got to coach him his junior and senior year. When he came in as a junior, obviously not having played high school soccer his first 2 years, he was just a little bit behind. However, he worked his butt off and he came on very strong. He had some serious improvement over his 2 years. He had a desire and a want to get better, and he did. He developed, and I'm proud of the way he came along in those 2 years that he's played for us. Thank you, Evan. Next senior, Grant Garner. His parents are Robert and Jennifer Garner. He's played soccer since he was the age of 4. He's played all 4 years at Jabot. He plans to attend SWIC and major in criminal justice. One thing about Grant that makes him a special player is he works extremely hard. He has one speed and one speed only, that's 100%. In practice, in games, he goes all out. Okay, he is probably one of the hardest workers. When you put a ball in front of him and you say play soccer, he works and he works. And he goes so hard, and he has he has reckless abandon, you would say. So he just goes all out, and that's one thing that he is really great at, and I'm proud of him for it. So thank you, Grant. Next senior, Christian Kohler. Parents are Mike and Tracy Kohler. He has played soccer for 9 years and all 4 years at Jabot. He's unsure where he wants to go to college, but he knows he wants to major in computer science. I'm going to talk a little bit about him and Jared too a little bit. I'll do a little pre for Jared. Him and Jared Laurent have been the steady passion behind Jabot soccer, especially these last 3 years that I've been here and been a part of the program. Those two show up day in and day out, and they put in the time and the effort. And they don't ever complain about where they're asked to do, or where they're asked to play, or what they're asked to do. Okay, they just go out and they give their best. And they're those silent leaders that you might see the players in the field. They get a lot of the time. Okay, but those are the unsung heroes. Those two, Christian and Jared, they're just there, and they're there, and they lead by example, being there every day, day in and day out, and working hard. And I'm very proud of him and Jared. So I kind of bunched them two together, but those two are great kids, and I'm very proud of you two. That leads me to my next senior, obviously, Jared Laurent. Parents Dan and Amy. He's played soccer for 12 years and all 4 at Jabot. And next year he plans to attend SIU Edwardsville and major in civil engineering. So, to backtrack a little bit of what I just said, I'm just so proud of Jared and Christian. They are the backbone of Jabot soccer, and they don't always get a lot of recognition, but they're both great kids, and they deserve the recognition tonight. So thank you, Jared. Next senior, Jack Lamy. Parents Joe and Mary Lamy. He's played soccer for 10 years and all 4 years at Jabot as well. And he plans to attend Belleville Lindenwood as a business major. Jack Lamy, a little bit of his story. When I got to him as a sophomore, coaching his first year, he was a little bit undersized. You could tell the talent was there. He's played a lot of soccer in his career. He's a very, very talented player, very, very technical player. And he just needed to fit in to a certain spot or a certain role, and he found that role this year. He's been a wingback for me this year, and he's been an excellent asset to the team. I mean, he's very coachable. He's done exactly what I asked. He's stepped up and really solidified that position as the outside back, and he's had a great year, and we wouldn't be where we are without him, Jack Lamy, as our wing back. So thank you, Jack. You've had a great year. Continue up. Next senior, Nick Rao. Parents Russ and Pat Rao. He's played soccer for 13 years and all 4 years at Jabot. He plans to attend U of I and major in business. His favorite soccer memory is when Tommy scored against Vianney. You would think that would be Tommy's favorite memory, but what to say about Nick? Nick has been, well, he's everything you want as a coach and a player. His mental attitude, his toughness, his physical toughness as a center back is just phenomenal. I couldn't ask for a tougher player. He does everything you want him to do. He's very coachable, strong-willed, confident. I mean, he's a great center back. The last 2 years he's played for us there. Especially, I found out that he could play center back when we were in Iowa. Hadn't played there before. We were trying some things out. We weren't sure who was going to play there. And he really came on strong. He never looked back. He took a hold of that position and just ran with it. And he's one of the strongest, toughest kids that you'll ever see on a soccer field. And Nick, I hope you continue it for the next several weeks. Thank you, Nick. Next senior, Wes Degner. Parents are Tim and Susie Degner. He's played soccer for 13 years. Only 3 at Jabot, which was a bit of a disappointment to me, but we got him when it counts. He plans to attend Lindenwood, St. Charles, and play baseball. What to say about Wes? He's just a phenomenal athlete, and you guys probably see it every time he takes the field. And just whatever he does, he does it well, and he does it with speed and with size and with athleticism. When everyone was raving about him his sophomore year, he didn't play for me his sophomore year. Everyone was saying, "Well, wait till we get Wes. Wait till we get Wes." And I heard a lot of hype, but I'd never seen him play, so I had no idea. And then we get out to practices his junior year, and I just had this little kind of a giddy grin on my face, like, "Oh boy, look what I found." So he's been a great contributor these last 2 years, and he's a great soccer player, but obviously an even better baseball player. But just thank you for being a part of the team, Wes. Austin Gregson. Parents are Dave and Lois Gregson. He's played soccer for 14 years all 4 years at Jabot. His favorite memory is beating SLU, which the Tyler Crawford is jealous of. First got to coach Austin, obviously, his sophomore year, and he had a little bit of a battle on his hands for the starting spot on varsity as a sophomore. I knew his potential as soon as I saw him. I knew he was going to be a good keeper, and he just had to grow into that spot. And I wanted him to earn the spot his sophomore year outright, and he did. My fondest memory of him earning that spot was the Columbia game back to his sophomore year. He got peppered with shots over and over, and he made some unbelievable saves. And at that point, I knew he's our starter without a doubt, and he never looked back, and he's been a great keeper for us these last 3 years. So thank you, Austin. Tyler Enright.
Hey, Tyler.
Tyler's parents are Tom and Jean. He's played soccer for 13 years. Only 3 at Jabot. Plans to play soccer next year unsure of where he wants to go, and his favorite memory is obviously beating SLU. Tyler obviously got a chance to coach him his sophomore year, and then he left us last year. Went to O'Fallon. Not sure why he made that decision, but he looks back at the same thing. I don't know really why he made that decision, but we're glad to have him back. He's obviously been a huge asset to our team. You see how fast he is in the field and how much he creates. He's just a defender's nightmare, if you will. He's just a great attacker, and he's going to have a great college career ahead of him, and as well as he's having a great senior year as well. Thank you, Tyler. Frank Mantilla. Frank's parents are Brett and Trina. He's played soccer for 13 years and all 4 at Jabot. He plans to major in business and go to Florida Atlantic. His favorite memory, you guessed it, beating SLU. Now when I first, I'm going to embarrass you a little, Frank. When I first got the job at Jabot, it was their freshman year. I came to Jabot in December of their freshman year, and I got offered the job. I wasn't sure if I was going to take it yet, but obviously I'm so glad I did. You guys have been a great family. But my memory of Frank, just this real little kid. He's about to take a final, and he comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, Coach, are you going to coach us soccer?" So just in that high-pitched voice that you knew that little Frank, he was just going to be a great player. I watched him play his sophomore year, and he's one of the most technically gifted players you'll ever see on a high school soccer field. He has a craft, and he works at it continuously. He plays club nonstop. And he has perfected his craft, and he's a very, very talented player. If you understand the game of soccer a little bit, you understand his vision and how impressive it is, how he sees balls and sees runners from 40 yards away. He'll play a ball going across his body when he's looking the other direction. That's some of Frank's abilities, and he's just a true attacking mid. If you know the game of soccer, you couldn't ask for much more than you have in Frank as an attacking mid. He's just been an absolute dream to coach, except for when he annoys me. But no, he's been an absolutely great player, and he's going to have a great college career if he wants it, and hopefully a great 3 weeks left here this season. Thank you, Frank. Mitch Meyer. Parents Tim and Amy Meyer. He's played at Jabot for 13 years and all 4. So played 13 years of soccer and played all 4 years at Jabot. He hasn't been around for 13 years. His favorite memory is beating SLU. Mitch. Okay, when I first got a hold of him as his sophomore year, I played him all over the place. I think he was in the back several times at center back. He started in the center mid. He was all over the place. Then I figured out he was a calm, composed finisher. So his sophomore year, about midway through the year, I put him up top, and he never looked back. He was my target forward from then on. And he had a really good sophomore year, even though he only played about half the games up there, scored 8 or 9 goals. Then last year's junior year, he had 16 and was our leading scorer. So he's just been a great forward. He's a 3-sport athlete, just really good in all 3 sports. But I really enjoy his toughness on the soccer field, and he's a great leader for me as a captain. He comes to work every day. You won't even know if he's hurt. He might be hurting from something, 2 different things, 3 different things bothering him, but he shows up and he plays his butt off every single day. That's what true leaders do, and he's a true leader. Thank you, Mitch. Tommy Franciscan. Parents Don and Tracy. He's played soccer for 13 years in all 4 at Jabot. He says I'm supposed to say he might attend Missouri State and major in construction management. It's still up in the air. He wanted to make sure that was clear. And his favorite memory, go figure, getting slew. What to say about Tommy? Tommy's kind of played all over for me too. A lot of these guys have played all over for me because I didn't really know where to put them at first. I kind of had to feel out their games and where they fit. But Tommy just does what you ask of him. He's played in center mid for the last 2 years. And then we had to move him to outside back to shore up our defense. And he's, without question, he just drops back and plays for me. There's not a whole lot of glory in the back, but he moved himself from center mid, where a lot of the glory comes from, to an outside back, and he just, whatever's best for the team. So I thank you, Tommy, for all that you've done.